You know, when it comes to winning in life, you are going to meet a stiff competition. It's not going to be easy for you to win in life because you are not saying to win among church members. We are not saying to win among even other churches. To win in life means to win big anywhere you find yourself. For me personally, it's an easy task. I don't find any challenge winning in any situation or circumstances where I find myself in life. If it's in university, God helped me to discover the secret of winning in life. It started when you all know my story, when I was back in my village in Africa. And, when I was in my village in Africa, I was just an ordinary average student that was not doing well in school because I was always in the village, in the bush, in the forest, gathering firewood just to survive. Then I had a farm for maize and other things. So I was not studying, really. I was not studying. Then one day, my senior sister, who is like my angel, my guiding angel, that's the way I look at her at that time, when I was 17. So she came back because my sister had to do a lot to just make me survive, to make me survive through high school. She had to compromise a lot of things, and she was not a believer, but she had to have a boyfriend, and that was giving her some money, and then she would share the money between herself and myself, just for her to finish college and for me to finish high school. So that because everything I was making from my farm was not too much, was not good enough. So one day, my sister came back. I'm going to present her. I'm going to introduce my sister to you one day, either when she comes here to Ukraine or when I go there to Nigeria. But I'm going to make her come and answer some questions. But she's a Nigerian believer, Christian, so she might be overly spiritual, But still, I'm going to let her come to talk to you. You must know her because she's my hero. But anyway, so Sister Laide was. She came back from the school and said, Sunday. I said, yes. She said, no more money. I said, what do you mean no more money? I said, well, she said, because all of us now, we have to live by faith. So what does that mean? Then she was telling me about the fact that she had dropped the boyfriend she was having, and she would never have a boyfriend again until she marries because she got born again. Ooh, okay, got born again. So that's a bad news right here. So what does it mean to be born again? So she preached the gospel to me. This was before I watched Kumuyi on television. So because we were so close with my sister, I respected her so much and I loved her for what she was doing for me. So she said I should pray with her. So I prayed. Then she said God was going to sustain me. Okay. Then she showed me a scripture in Deuteronomy 28 and said the next thing for you now, the only way out for you is for you to be serious and begin to study, and that if you study well, our brother in Moscow could offer to help you win his coming to well for you. You could travel abroad, basically. You could travel abroad. They will tell you what to do to go and apply for a scholarship. So you could travel abroad if you make it, but you've got to make it very well. But if you don't make it, if you don't pass your WAEC at one sitting, because we don't even know where to get the money for you yet, to go and do the one sitting, to go and pass the WAEC. We don't have the money yet, but we'll try to find you the money for you. But if you pass the exam, then you have the whole world open to you. But if you don't pass it, you will remain in this village forever. Woo! remain in that village forever. That one, I know that was not an option. So I said, what to do? So she showed me that scripture in the Bible that says that God will make us the head and not the tail, and said I should believe that. And the Bible in that place said, if you will do all diligently, if you will diligently observe all that I've told you and everything. So I repeated the prayer after her, just to have God help me pass my WAEC. And, you know, I tried to live right, what she said, but it didn't really work out. But a year later, I got saved for real when I was watching Kumuyi. But anyway, talking about strategic thinking, I said one of the greatest things that has happened to me is the fact that God showed me the secret of success and the secret of life, one of the greatest secrets of life. And unfortunately, many of our people still don't know that. So we over-rely on God for everything, and we over-burden heaven for things that are not necessary. So when I say that by the grace of God, I've learned to be the best everywhere I am, not among some people, you know, like some people say, oh, I'm the best black person there, or I'm the best Nigerian something in that thing, or I'm the first Nigerian there, or I'm the first black person there. That shouldn't be your criteria at all. You should be the best of anybody. If you are living in England, you should be the best in your specialty or whatever you are doing among any human being that is in that specialty. If you are living in America and you are in any sphere of life, you should be the best among the Americans or Japanese or whoever, among any human being that is in that category. That is the way thanks to that scripture that my sister showed me, you know, it opened to me just clearly that, wow, so God is interested that I will be the best. And I started to work on it and to be the best. And it worked out, you know, it's unbelievable, because I had not studied before then in my secondary school. I was one of the average guy, you know, never one of the best students. I was either one of the last or one of just in the middle. But when I got that scripture, I knew that if I would study hard, I could be the best in everything. So just 1 year, this was just 1 year before my WAEC, I started to study. And I was so surprised to get the best result. No, one guy had one more credit than me. But to get, you know, one of the top 2 best results in the school. You know, and this guy, I mean, there were so many other guys that I used to look at as genius that time. But I discovered that geniuses are not born. That geniuses are created. Geniuses create themselves. So geniuses are not born, but geniuses are created through hard work. It is hard work that give birth to geniuses. So I discovered that. But since that time, God gave me wisdom, and that wisdom is one of the things one of my first examples of strategic thinking. I was 18 or 17. I was 17 this time, and because if I was not in the bush gathering firewood, the only other thing you will see me doing is you know, playing football or going to parties with my friends. So since my sister told me this thing, and I know that there was no way I was going to tell my friends about that, because they are going to be laughing at me and they are going to be joking around and saying, wow, you will not have girlfriends, you will not go to party, you will not go to discotheque, that, you know, they would just be laughing at me. Since I didn't want them to laugh at me, and they were not studying, and even if I tried to study, they would be saying, wow, you want to become a bookworm like other guys and all that. So what I would do is that I would come back from my farm, I would go and play with them the normal way. Then I would tell them, I go to there were many there, so I would say, okay, let me go to the restroom. When I go to the restroom, they are making their noise and joking and doing all kind of things. I would just go to that restroom and then use the backyard and run back to my own house. But they are taken away. They are all infatuated by their jokes and their laughter, and then I would just escape. So before later on, I will escape, of course, to study. I would go and lock myself up in the room. I would not even tell anybody in my house that I'm in the house. So I would lock myself in the room, and I would lock myself there till 3 o'clock in the night. I will get my lantern. We have a lantern in the village. So I will put on the lantern and lock the door, close the window blinds, and I will begin to study. That was what I did for 1 year. So each time these people say, why are you disappearing? Why did you? Oh, I would just say, well. But I come now. But they just enjoy it that I was there. So one of them is still angry with me up to today. He's now a pastor. He's an Anglican reverend now. And he's still angry, right? Not angry, but not like evil, not really like angry that way. But he's still reminding me up to today that Sunday you are wicked. I said, what do you mean wicked? He said, well, you used to escape that day. Yeah, so it is you used to go and study, because you tricked us and we kept on playing and we failed. They failed. They had to do their certificates, their WAEC for 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Some of them it's 4 times, some of them 5 times to do their WAEC. They say, you didn't tell us that you were going to study. So I will count that as a little strategic move right there. So I'm talking about strategic mindset. So that's why I said, for you to win in life, you of course need strategic mindset. You need to be a strategic thinker.
If you have been watching our videos and maybe you enjoy them, maybe you don't enjoy them, but still we need you to help us spread the word. And for that to happen, we only need you to take 5 little steps. Please help us spread this word by liking the video. Then, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We also need you to press the notification button, and the way to do that is to click on the bell. You see the bell there? Click on it. Then, of course, leave your comments. Let's know what you're thinking about each video. And finally, we need you to go and share the word. Share this video on your Facebook timeline, on your Instagram, and every other platform that you have. All right? Let's win the world for Christ. Thank you so much. Peace.